A day after thousands of teachers rallied in Raleigh, Governor Roy Cooper visited the Triad to pitch his solutions for education funding. He stopped by Southern Guilford High Thursday to talk about his budget that includes additional funding for public schools. Spectrum News reporter Nana Bansu has more from teachers who hope to see some results.
Governor Roy Cooper's visit to Southern Guilford High School is the encouragement some teachers need.
It just makes me feel better about staying in education at this point, because in the past few years I have wavered and considered going back into the public sector to do something else.
They say Governor Cooper's commitment to increase teacher pay sounds promising.
At least a 5% raise for every single teacher in our system.
But up to 15% for some teachers, including veteran teachers like Mrs. Nelson.
I've been teaching for 20 years, so I'm actually one of those teachers that in the past 10 years hasn't really seen a pay increase.
The governor's plan does this by freezing some tax breaks, which he says will provide over $100 million to invest into education.
But I think people making over $200,000 a year and corporations can't afford to have taxes frozen in order to create the funds we need for teacher pay raises.
But this can only happen if the legislature agrees. Republicans control the General Assembly and the budgeting process. Next year's budget calls for a 6.2% increase in teacher pay, and they plan to keep the tax breaks for corporations and high earners in place.
We want the best for our students, and when we have the best for our students, we can make them better people.
By also putting more support in schools.
More funding for counselors, school nurses, and other professionals that we know need to support our students.
Something teachers say is a big relief.
Myself as a teacher, is not professionally equipped to deal with.
Additional school resource officers are also included in the budget.
I really feel that I can believe what he says and that I know that he's working on our behalf.
In Greensboro, Nana Bansu, Spectrum News.
Governor's budget also includes $2 billion